Okay, so for solving systems of equations by elimination, these are the steps. We're going to start by making sure that we have standard form where we have x, y, equal sign, and a constant. A and B are coefficients, numbers in front of. C is a constant. So number one, we're going to check that we have standard form. X first, then y, equal sign, and a constant. X, then y, equal sign, and a constant. So this one's good to go. Now for step two, we need same number, opposite sign. So we look at my x's and my y's. For the x's, I have 3x and 2x. They're not the same number and they're not opposite sign. For my y's, I have negative 3y and minus y. So I don't have the same number opposite sign here either. But since I have a minus 1, it's always easier to work with 1. Because I can make this 1 to 3 just by multiplying by 3. And then I need to make it opposite sign. So I'm going to multiply by negative 3. So that bottom row, I'm going to multiply with negative 3. So this bottom one, multiply with negative 3. I'm going to multiply in, that's negative 6x. Multiply in, that's positive 3y. That's exactly what I'm looking for. And then here, positive 15. So now I'm going to add that second equation with my first one. That first one did not change at all. Notice that the y's are the same number, opposite sign, so they're going to cancel each other out. For the x's, I have 3 minus 6, which is negative 3x. The next step is to solve for x, so I'm going to divide both sides by negative 3. I get x equals negative 4. Okay. Now that I know x, I can plug it back into one of my original equations. I'm going to pick that second one because it has smaller numbers. Plug in my x value and solve for the y. So 2 and negative 4 is negative 8. I'm going to add 8 to both sides. Divide by negative 1. So I have y equals negative 3. My answer is x, comma y. I'm going to do the same steps again. So this problem, start with standard form. Notice here I have an issue. I don't have the x in the correct spot. I need x, then y, and then the constant. So I'm going to subtract the x from both sides. X goes first, positive y, and then my constant. I have already a positive 4x. So I can say I already have same number, opposite sign. I have a negative 4x here and a positive 4x with the 3y. That means I can add those two equations. When I do, the x's are going to go away. The y's become 5y equals 20. So from there I can solve for y. Now I can plug that into one of my equations. Let's say I do 2 parentheses 4. I'm going to do 2y equals 6 plus 4x. Subtract the 6. This is 8 minus 6 equal to 4x, which is 2 equal to 4x. Just x equals to 1/2. So I have 1/2, comma 4. Right, for these questions, again, we're going to start with standard form. X, Y, equal sign and a number. So it looks like I have it. Now I'm looking for same number, opposite sign. I have x and 2x, 3y, and minus 7y. You always want to start with the one that has a 1 on the front because that's easy to multiply. I can just multiply by negative 2, and that will give me the opposite side of 2. So that means I'm going to multiply top equation by -2, I get -2x, -6y, and -12. I can add that equation with the equation I did not change. Notice I'm going to multiply with the one I did not change. So the one I haven't touched, which is equation 2. When I do that, it goes away. That's -13y equal to -13. I can solve for y by dividing by -13. I don't add the -13, we divide by it. That gives me 1. Now that I know one of the answers, I can plug that into one of the original equations to solve. I'm going to pick that first one because that one already has x by itself, or like without a coefficient. So x plus 3y, which is 1, equal to 6. So that's x plus 4. Sorry, not 4. 3 equal to 6. Subtract the 3. X equals 3. So 3, 1. Like that. This next one, notice we have standard form x, y equals a constant, but the 3's are not opposite sign. They have to be opposite sign. So I'm going to multiply just the random one. Let's pick the bottom one by negative. So that give me -3x plus 9y equals -15. And then the original one, the one I did not change, we're going to add them. Goes away. -1y equal to -1. Divide by -1. I get y equals 1. Plug it in. I'm going to plug into this one because I can see it here. It's 3x minus 10. Y is 1. Equal to 14. So 3x minus 10 equal to 14. Add the 10. 3x equals to 24. X equals 8. So 8, 1.